everyone, this is Lala, and today I'm back with my fifth edition of my conversation with ChatGPT about the challenge. And today I'm getting into the era 3 men who have done at least 3 seasons. So here is what I wrote. Hello. So I have a list of men who did at least 3 seasons of the Challenge franchise, which includes the flagship show, All Stars, and World Championship, but not Champs vs. Stars. These men are from Era 2. I have no idea why I said this. I forgot to edit it because I copied and pasted what I wrote for the Era 2 men. But it's really, these men are from Era 3, seasons 21 to 30. How would you rank these men based on performance only? Jordan, Zach, Corey, Frank, Hunter, Leroy, Nelson, Devin, Tony, Johnny Riley, Dario, Dustin, Preston, Ryan, and Thomas on the men in discussion. Okay, so that's the criteria. Let's break down each competitor by key performance metrics, wins, including team and partner context, final appearances, elimination record, longevity / number of seasons, impact / consistency across seasons, early boots versus deep runs. Then I'll give a performance-based ranking of these 15 men from Era 3. S tier, elite performers with major wins and multiple finals. 1. Jordan Wisely. We all know that a lot of the information is going to be incorrect when it comes to the stats. You're going to see me correct there. So when I'm reading these incorrect stats, just note that I corrected it later on. 1. Jordan Wisely wins 4. Dirty 30, War of the Worlds 2, All Stars 3, and World Championship. Finals 5+. Eliminations strong record approximately 10 to 4. Notes dominant politically, physically, and strategically. Performed well across all formats. 2. Zach Nichols wins 1. Battle of the Seasons. Finals 3. Battle of the Seasons, Free Agents, and Invasion. Eliminations mixed approximately 4 to 5. Notes top tier physical threats with strong team / partner seasons. Declined politically over time. Now we're on to the A tier. Strong finalist or elimination performers with some inconsistency. 3. Frank Sweeney wins 1. Battle of the Seasons. Finals 1. Eliminations undefeated 4 to 0. Notes brief but dominant run, carried his team on Battle of the Seasons, and was a strong presence on Free Agents. 4. Hunter Barfield wins 1. Final Reckoning, lost prize to Ashley. 2. Finals Invasion and Final Reckoning. Eliminations strong record approximately 6 to 3. Notes one of the better competitors of the Redemption House era. Emotion often a liability. That part's true, for sure. 5. Corey Wharton wins 0. Finals 3. Battle of the Bloodlines, Total Madness, Double Agents. Eliminations mixed approximately 7 to 7. Notes strong social and physical player, but lacks a win despite finals consistency. 6. Leroy Garrett wins 0. Finals 4. Rivals 2, Vendettas, Double Agents. Eliminations solid, approximately 10 to 6. Notes consistently deep runs and good elimination record, but never got the win. B tier solid contributors, made finals or had strong elimination records. 7. Tony Raines wins 0. Finals 1. Final Reckoning. Eliminations mixed 4 to 5. Notes grew as a player, strong in his later appearances, but lacked a complete game. 8. Devin Walker wins 0. Finals 2. Double Agents, Random Dice. Eliminations good politically, record around 5 to 5. Notes strategic standout, but lacks physical dominance and win. 9. Nelson Thomas wins 0. Finals 2. Invasion, Random Dice. Eliminations good volume, approximately 10 to 7. Notes fierce loyalty, strong elimination resume, but famously winless. C tier showed potential or had limited success. 10. Dustin Zito 0 wins, 0 finals, a 5 to 2 elimination record, which is good. Most of this information is inaccurate. I just want to repeat that. Notes short run but solid in eliminations, lack longevity, and deeper runs. 11. Johnny Riley wins 0. Finals 1 and Free Agents. Eliminations fair 2 to 2. Notes made a final and performed decently but had a short 3-season arc. 12. Ryan Knight 0 wins, 0 finals. Below average elimination record with 1 to 3. Notes larger personality than player, not a standout in challenges. D tier, low impact players with poor performance or early boots. 13. Dario Medrano 0 wins, 0 finals. Mixed elimination results at 1 to 2. Notes politically clueless, underperformed physically. 14. Thomas Boyle 0 wins, 0 finals. Weak elimination record with 0 to 1. Notes never stood out, peripheral competitor. 15. Preston Robertson Charles. 0 wins, 0 finals, a weak elimination record at 0-2. Notes. Comic relief casting. Poor performance in challenges and eliminations. So these are the results, and we know a lot of this is inaccurate. Here's some of my corrections. Jordan has 5 wins in Battle of the Exes 2, Dirty 30, War of the Worlds 2, World Championship, and Battle of the Eras. He also did not win All-Stars 3. Devin won Ride or Dies. So here's some of the corrections. Let me take a drink of water. So due to this, it automatically put Devin in the S tier, where I'm just going to read the notes. Notes for Jordan. Most decorated of the era, dominant across partner, team, and global formats. 2. Devin Walkers. 1 win, 2 finals. We know he's been to more finals. Decent elimination record, 5-5. Notes, strategic leader in later seasons. Big turnaround and career trajectory. That part is true. 3. Zach Nichols, physical threat and strong early impact. 4. Frank Sweeney, brief but extremely effective challenge run. 5. Hunter Barfield, strong competitor despite drama. 6. Corey Wharton, consistently deep player but never sealed the deal. 7. Leroy Garrett, long-standing consistent threat who came close many times. B tier. Made a final or had strong elimination play but lacked any wins consistency. 8. Tony Raines, developed into a stronger player but left too soon. 9. Nestle Thomas, loyal and scrappy but winless. C tier, shorter run, decent performances but limited legacy. At 10th is Dustin Zito, good early showings but limited overall impact. At 11th is Johnny Riley, decent short run with a final. 12th, Ryan Knight, not a standout competitively. D tier, low competitive impact. 13, Dario Medrano, weak politically and physically. 14th is Thomas Buell, minimal impact. At 15th is Preston Robertson Charles, routinely underperformed in dailies and eliminations. So here's a bunch of the corrections. I wrote, Jordan has been to 7 finals. Rivals 2, Exes 2, Dirty 30, War of the Worlds 2, Ride or Dies, World Championship, and Battle of the Eras. Devin has been to 3 finals. Rivals 3, Spice and Allies, and Ride or Dies. Zach has been to 4 finals. Seasons 2012, Free Agent, Vendettas, and War of the Worlds 2. He never made it to the finals on Invasions. Frank has been to 3 finals. Seasons 2012, Rivals 2, All-Stars Rivals. Corey has been to 3 finals. Bloodlines, Invasion, Total Madness, Double Agent, and USA 2. Leroy has been to 6 finals. Rivals, Battle of the Exes 2, Vendettas, War of the Worlds 2, Double Agent, and All-Stars 4. The only final Tony's been to was Vendettas. Now, since 2 finals are Invasions and Spice and Allies, Dustin was a finalist on Battle of the Seasons 2012. Now, let's see what they say with the corrections. Perfect. Thank you for the detailed updates. With these corrected finals appearances, here's your fully revised performance-based ranking for the Challenge Era 3 Men, seasons 21 to 30, 3+ seasons, including All-Stars and World Championship. S tier, elite competitors, high wins, plus finals, plus strong gameplay. So Jordan wisely sat first with 5 wins, 7 finals. Notes, the most dominant and complete competitor of the era. At 2 is Leroy with 0 wins and 6 finals. And due to this, it bumped him up to number 2. Note, one of the most consistent players without a win. Excellent longevity and finals consistency. A tier, winners are finalists with strong elimination/social games. At 3rd is Zach Nichols with 1 win and 4 finals. Notes, key player across multiple formats and alliances. At 4th is Devin Walker with 1 win and 3 finals. Notes, strategic mastermind with a late career payoff. At 5th is Corey Wharton with 0 wins and 5 finals. Notes, finals consistency without a win, major presence during MTV and CBS years. At 6th is Frank Sweeney with 1 win and 3 finals. Notes, short career but peak dominance, one of the best one-and-done eras. B tier, lower finals count or winless but strong performance. At 7th is Hunter Barfield with 1 win and 2 finals. That part's true, but the final is incorrect. It's War of the Worlds, not Invasion. Note, aggressive, competitive, emotional, underrated performance. At 8th is Nelson Thomas with 0 wins and 2 finals. Note, one of the more loyal and hard-working players, but winless streak hurts rank. At ninth is Tony Reigns with 0 win and 1 final. Note, grew into a better player over time, but shorter career limits him. C tier, some success but not standout performances. 10th is Dustin Zito with 0 win and 1 final. Note, performed well when cast but didn't break out. At 11th is Johnny Riley with 0 wins and 1 final. Note, solid rookie stretch but limited challenge legacy. At 12th is Ryan Knight with 0 wins and 0 finals appearances. Note, more of a TV character than a competitor. D tier, minimal performance impact. At 13th is Dario Medrano with 0 wins and 0 finals. Note, poor game sense and limited athletic pressure. At 14th is Thomas Buell with 0 wins and 0 finals. Note, low visibility, no standout moments. At 15th is Preston Robertson Charles with 0 wins and 0 finals. Note, routinely carried, not competitive. So here's the updated performance ranking. And then I corrected the elimination records. Jordan's elimination record is 12-6. Zach's elimination record is 4-5. Devin's elimination record is 6-4. Corey's elimination record is 8-4. Frank's elimination record is 3-0. Hunter's elimination record is 4-2. Dustin's record is 2-2. Johnny's is 3-2. Dario's is 2-4. Thomas's is 1-1. Preston's is 1-3. Great! With all updated wins, finals, and elimination records, here's the definitive performance-based ranking of the Era 2 3 men from the challenge who did at least 3 seasons. Okay, let me drink my water first. First tier, dominance across all metrics. So, number 1 is Jordan. Notes. Jordan Wisely. Notes. An all-time great, most wins, deep elimination resume, elite across every format. A tier, finalist plus strong game performance. And second is Leroy Garrett. Despite never winning, consistent top-tier finisher with strong daily and elimination showings. And third is Devin Walker. Notes. Highly strategic player who improved over time and became a champion. At fourth is Corey Wharton. Underrated elimination player with strong longevity and consistent finals appearances. At fifth is Zach Nichols. Notes, early career was strong, but elimination record and inconsistency motivation drops him slightly. At sixth is Frank Sweeney. Short career, but near perfect in performance. Peak dominance during his brief run. B tier, solid careers with key wins or finals. At seventh is Hunter Barfield. Physical and emotional competitor with solid results. At eighth is Nelson Thomas. Loyal and competitive, but inability to close drops him below peers. At ninth is Tony Reigns. Grew into a better player, but career ended before the full payoff, and that I definitely agree with. C tier, moderate impact. At 10th is Dustin Zito. Reliable in eliminations, but didn't break through. At 11th is Johnny Riley, who showed great potential, but solid short-term performance. D tier, minimal competitive footprint. At 12th is Dario Medrano. Poor political and elimination game. At 13th is Ryan Knight. TV personality, not a series competitor. 13th is Preston Robertson Charles. Weakest in dailies and eliminations. At 15th is Thomas Buell. Forgettable career, minimal performance, and impact. So the summary, tier list, performance only. Jordan is the only one in S tier. Leroy, Devin, Corey, Zach, and Frank are the only ones in A tier. B tier has Hunter, Nelson, and Tony. C tier has Dustin and Johnny. D tier has Dario, Ryan, Preston, and Thomas. And here's what I said. Would you like a category of near misses? People booted in the final 2 rounds before the final. Here's what ChatGPT told me. Yes, adding a near misses category is a smart and nuanced move. It captures a valuable performance metric, consistently going deep, even without finals appearances. This can help more accurately rank or reclassify players who just missed the podium multiple times. So I said, I'm going to add the data. Jordan, All-Stars 3, Corey, Battle of the Eras, Hunter, Invasion, Dirty 30, Leroy, Rivals 2, Free Agents, Nelson, Vendettas, Total Madness, Tony, Dirty 30, Final Reckoning, Dario, Rivals 3, Preston, Rivals 2, Ryan, Rivals 2. Got it. The near missed data is now saved and adds useful depth to your rankings. Here's how that impacts things. Notable upgrades are reinforcements. Jordan, even more impressive that he nearly finaled on All-Stars 3 on top of his 7 finals. Leroy, 6 finals plus 2 near misses, consistently deep runs, reinforces his elite consistency. Hunter and Tony, both with 2 near misses, solidifies their competitiveness beyond just elimination stats. Nelson, 2 near misses plus 2 finals, a pattern of always going deep but never closing. Corey, 5 finals plus 1 near miss. Strong performance longevity. Minor adjustments. Dario, Preston, and Ryan. Their near misses don't significantly raise their tiers, but they do suggest at least one semi-competitive season. Would you like me to revise the tier rankings again with near misses considered, or hold off until you decide how to score/integrate them? I said, revise the list with near misses considered. Absolutely. Incorporating near misses, the last 2 elimination rounds before finals, into the ranking emphasizes deep runs and consistency. Here's the revised Era 3 men's ranking, factoring in wins, finals, elimination records, and near misses. S tier, elite, consistently deep performers. At 1 is Jordan Wisely. Summary, most decorated with unparalleled consistency. At number 2 is Leroy Garrett. Elite consistency, perennial contender, strong near final presence. A tier, winners and frequent finalists with strong consistency. At 3rd is Corey Wharton. Durable competitor, multiple deep runs. At 4th is Devon Walker. Improved steadily, solid strategic gameplay. At 5th is Zach Nichols. Early dominance, mixed elimination results. At 6th is Frank Sweeney. Short but flawless competitive record. B tier, competitors with wins, finals, and near misses. At 7th is Hunter Barfield. Strong physical and emotional competitor, often deep in eliminations. At 8th is Nelson Thomas. Persistent contender, always close but no wins. At 9th is Tony Raines. Late bloomer, consistently near finals. Excuse me. C tier, moderate impact and some near misses. At 10th is Dustin Zito. Reliable, limited breakthrough. At 11th is Johnny Riley. Short-term, solid results. At 12th is Dario Medrano. Occasional deep run, but poor overall. At 13th is Preston Robertson Charles. Limited competitive impact. At 14th is Ryan Knight. More personality than player. And at 15th is Thomas Buell. Minimal contribution. So here's all the people in the tiers. You see it there. I'll give you 10 seconds while I drink my water. So I asked, would you like data for early boots? People booted within the first 2 rounds. Here's what ChatGPT told me. Yes, adding early boots data would be very useful. Early boots are important because they highlight who struggle to make an impact or show competitive strength in their seasons. Including early boots will help balance the rankings by penalizing consistently weak performers or those who didn't last long in multiple seasons. If you provide early boot data defined as booted within the first 2 rounds of elimination in a season, I can factor in the rankings as a negative performance indicator, adjust tiers or point systems accordingly, and or provide a more nuanced overall performance picture. Go ahead and share the early boot data whenever you're ready. So here's what I wrote. Zach, Invasion. Corey, Vendettas. Leroy, Bloodlines, Rivals 3, Battle of the Eras. Nelson, World Championship. Devin, 30-30. Tony, Battle of the Eras, All-Stars 4. Johnny, Rivals 3. Dustin, Free Agent, Battle of the XS2. Thomas, Battle of the XS2. Thank you for the early boots data. Here's what we have so far for early boots within the first 2 rounds among your Era 3 men. You see the data here. So it's pretty much asking me how I'd like to process or proceed with the data. The one that I chose is incorporate early boots as a negative factor in rankings or point systems. Example, subtract points per early boot. Perfect. We'll treat early boots as negative points to balance out the rankings. We're warning consistent deep runs and penalizing those who repeatedly exited early. So give a little point system there, whatever. Incorporate them into the rankings without the point system. That's what I said. Because usually electing the point system way later, and as you see here, I have a whole lot more context to go through. So here is the revised rankings. So the S tier, elite and consistent, minimal early boots. At number 1 is Jordan Wisely. Most decorated, consistently deep runs, no early exits. At number 2 is now Hunter Barfield. Deep runs, zero early boots, strong competitor. A tier, strong performance with some early boots. 3. Corey Wharton. Durable, but a few early exits cost him slightly. 4th, Leroy Garrett. Consistent deep runs, but early boots push him down slightly. 5th, Devin Walker. Good record, but early boot impacts rank. At 6, Zach Nichols. Solid finalist, but early exit weighs him down. B tier, mixed consistency, multiple early boots. At 7th is Nelson Thomas. Near consistent contender, but early boot affects reliability. At 8th is Tony Raines. Often near final, but inconsistent with multiple early exits. At 9th is Frank Sweeney. Flawless elimination record and no early boots, but fewer finals than some A tier. C. Limited finals, some early boots. At 10th is Johnny Wiley. Limited impact early boots penalizes. At 11th is Dustin Zito. Early boots lower rank despite some finals. At 12th is Daria Medrano. Some late stage presence but mostly low impact. At 13th is Preston Robertson Charles. Limited competitive impact. At 14th is Ryan Knight. More personality, less competitive success. At 15th is Thomas Buell. Minimal contribution, early boot hurts. Here's what I asked. Should winners like Zach, Devin, and Frank be higher than some of the non-winners who are higher than them? Great question. Let's break down how winners like Zach, Devin, and Frank compare to some non-winners who are currently ranked above them, like Leroy, Corey, and Nelson. Key points to consider. 1. Wins are the ultimate achievement. They show someone closed out on a season and outperformed everyone else under pressure. 2. Finals appearances and near misses reflect consistency and the ability to reach the end stages repeatedly, even if they didn't always win. 3. Elimination record and early boots indicate overall durability and competitiveness across seasons. 4. Some non-winners, especially those with many finals and near misses, show repeated elite-level performance, just missing that final win. 5. Conversely, winners with fewer finals or inconsistent runs might have fewer total high-level performances. Your specific examples. Zach, 1 win, 4 finals, 1 early boot, a 4-5 elimination record. Has a good balance, but a losing elimination record and early boot hurt him. Still, a win is a big boost. Devin, 1 win, 3 finals, 1 early boot, 64 elimination record. Shows strong performance and a positive elimination record. Sorry about that. I don't know where that came from. Okay. Frank, 1 win, 3 finals, 0 early boots, 3-0 elimination record. Is flawless in eliminations but has fewer finals than some non-winners. Leroy, 0 wins, 6 finals, 2 near misses, 3 early boots, 10-6 elimination. Has elite consistency but never closed with a win. Corey, 0 wins, 5 finals, 1 near miss, 1 early boot, 8-4 elimination. Is also very consistent. Nelson, 0 wins, 2 finals, 2 near misses, 1 early boot, 10-7 elim. Is less decorated but consistently close. My assessment. Frank absolutely deserves to be above most non-winners because of his perfect elimination record, no early boots, and a win. Devin should be near the top of A tier or even borderline S tier because he has a win, multiple finals, and decent consistency. Zach should be placed carefully. His single win and finals count put him solidly in A tier, but his early boot and losing elimination record prevent him from rising too high. Suggested minor tier adjustments. Move Frank firmly into upper A tier or lower S tier because of his flawless elimination record and clean slate on early boots despite fewer finals. Elevate Devin to high A tier, closer to Corey, reflecting his win, plus solid overall. Keep Zach in mid A tier. His win keeps him here, but the elimination record and early boots keep him from pushing higher. Would you like me to update this tier list with these adjustments? Nice it if you want. So here's the data. S tier. Elite and consistent, minimal early boots. And number 1 is Jordan Wisely. Dominant overall, best performer of Era 3. 2 is Frank Sweeney. Flawless elimination record, no early boots, deserves top tier despite fewer finals. And number 3 is Hunter Barfield. Consistent, deep runs, clean elimination record. A tier. Strong performers with some early boots. At fourth is Devin Walker. Strong win and finals count. Slight penalty for early boot. At fifth is Corey Wharton. Very consistent, close to winning multiple times. At sixth is Leroy Garrett. Elite consistency, but early boots cost him. At seventh is Zach Nichols. Balanced by a win, but losing elimination record and early boots hold him back. B tier. Mixed consistency, multiple early exits. At 8 is Nelson Thomas. Solid, but less impactful than A tier. Ninth, Tony Raines. Often close, but inconsistent. At 10th is Johnny Riley. Limited impact, early boots penalizes him. At 11th is Dustin Zito. Early boot weighs down his rake. Early boots, my bad. I'll be right back. I need to. Yeah. Alrighty, so C tier. Limited finals, some early boots. At 12th is Dario Medrano. Minimal deep runs. At 13th, Preston Robertson Charles. Limited success. At 14th is Ryan Knight. Mostly personality, less competitive seasons. At 15th is Thomas Bull. Early boot and minimal impact place him the lowest. And here's what I asked. Should Frank and Hunter be penalized for the lack of longevity? Also, how do you rank Zach and Frank's team win compared to others who won individually or in a pair? Great point! Longevity and the nature of wins, teams versus pair versus individual, are important factors that add nuance beyond just raw wins and finals. On longevity, i.e., the number of seasons played, Frank appeared in fewer seasons compared to some Era 3 vets like Jordan, Corey, Leroy, and Zach, so a strong win and elimination record came in a smaller sample size. Hunter also had fewer seasons, but showed very consistent, deep runs. Should they be penalized? It depends on how much you value longevity versus peak performance. A lack of longevity means fewer opportunities to prove consistency or adapt, which might warrant a slight downward adjustment relative to players with many seasons. But a spotless elimination record and multiple finals with wins still demonstrate elite level skill and clutch performance in limited opportunities. Suggested adjustment. Slightly lower Frank and Hunter's ranking relative to the very durable players like Jordan and Leroy, but keep them above mid-tier competitors because of quality over quantity. On type of win, teams versus pairs versus individuals. Frank's win, if his wins are primarily in large team formats, that typically involves more variables and less direct control per person. Hunter's win depends on the format, teams, pairs, or individual, which affects the difficulty and prestige. Zach's win was the individual, pairs, team, same for Devin and Jordan. How to rank these? Individual wins generally carry the highest weight. Total control, no reliance on partners or teammates. Pair wins are next. Significant reliance on partner, but still only two people. Team wins, i.e. big teams, can dilute individual impact and might be weighed slightly lower unless the player dominated eliminations or was clearly the key contributor. For Era 3 players he mentioned, so with Jordan, he won in a mix of pairs, XS2, teams, 30-30. What? 30-30 was meaning individual, but whatever. Individual World Championship. I think the teams one was World of the Worlds too, but itself correct, it's just wrong season. Note, versatile winner across formats. Suggested wing, full weight, mainly slightly downgrade on team wins. Frank, mostly team wins, example, Rivals 2, All-Stars. Rivals, the season that he won was a 4-player team. Less direct individual impact, slight downgrade compared to individual/pairs winners. Hunter, team/pair wins rise by season, similar to Frank but fewer seasons. Slight downgrade but good finals and elimination record balance it. Zach, mostly individual or pairs wins, battle of the seasons. Stronger weight on win, near full weight for a win. Devin, individual or pairs roll or dice. High individual impact, full weight. Summary and recommendation. Adjust Frank and Hunter slightly downward for fewer seasons and team-based wins, but still keep them high for quality performance and elimination dominance. Give Zach and Devin near full credit for the wins, especially if they won in individual or pair formats. Jordan remains top due to multiple wins across all formats, including individual. And I wrote this. Frank and Zach won Well, Frank and Zach both won on a team of 4 on Battle of the Seasons 2012. You can make the adjustments based on what we just discussed. Thanks for clarifying. Since Frank and Zach both won as a part of a 4-person team on Battle of the Seasons 2012, that means their wins came in larger formats, which should slightly temper the weight of those specific wins compared to pairs or individual victories. Team wins, 4-person, more dependent on group dynamics, less individual control, count as about 70 to 80% of a full individual slash pairs win. Frank has a flawless elimination record and no early beat, so that quality still pushes him high, but the team win format slightly lowers his win weight. Zach, also with a 4-person team win, plus other wins in smaller formats or individual, his win credit is a bit more mixed. Devin and Jordan keep the wins at full weight. Jordan has wins in pairs, individual, and teams. Devin has an individual slash pairs win. Hunter, keep slightly downgrade for longevity and team-based wins. Here's the updated tier list with team wins adjusted. Jordan is still at first, versatile and dominant across formats. Frank's at second. Flawless elimination and durability keep him high, but team wins slightly tempers peak rating. At third is Hunter. Strong, consistent performer with good elimination record, slightly downgrade for longevity. 8 tiers. Strong performers with some early boots and team wins. At fourth is Devin, full credit on win, strong all around. At fifth is Corey, very consistent without a win. At sixth is Leroy, elite consistency but early boots weigh him down. At seventh is Zach, win gets partial credit, low LM record and early boots balances out. B tier, mixed consistency, multiple early boots. At 8 is Nelson. Eighth is Nelson. Ninth is Tony. 10th is Johnny. 11th is Destin. C tier, limited finals, some early boots. At 12th is Dario. At 13th is Preston. At 14th is Ryan. And at 15th is Thomas. If you want, I can help create a detailed summary or point system with those ratings factored in numerically. Would you like that? Yes, please. And here's what we got. Not going to read all of this. You can look at it for 10 seconds and you can see what it is. All right, apply points to each player. I'll calculate each player's score step by step. So there's all of that. I'm just going to read the total. So Jordan Wisely has the total of 78. Frank Sweeney has the total of 19.5. Hunter Barfield has the total of 17.5. Devin Walker has the total of 19. Corey Wharton has the total of 18. Leroy Garrett has the total of 18. Zach Nichols has the total of 16.5. Nelson Thomas has the total of 9. Tony Raines has the total of 0. Interesting. Johnny Riley has the total of 2. Dustin Zito has the total of -1. Darian Medrano has the total of -1. Preston Robertson Charles has the total of -1. Ryan Knight, it's a 4-way tie. Ryan Knight has the total of -1. Thomas Buell has the total of -2. So here's the final rankings by points. Jordan's at number 1, Frank's at number 2, Devin's at number 3, Corey's at number 4, Leroy's at number 5. Technically, they're tied at 4th or 5th. Hunter's at number 6, Zach's at number 7, Nelson's at number 8, Tony's at number 9, Johnny's at number 10. Dustin, Dario, Preston, and Ryan are essentially tied for 11th to 14th, and Thomas is dead last at 15th. I mentioned that Hunter won final ranking with Ashley as a pair/duo. Thanks for the important update. Oh, I guess because it calculated his win incorrectly. Since Hunter won final ranking as a pair, that means he should get 12 points, 10 points for the win rather than the 7.5 points I gave him in previously for a team-based win. So Hunter has 20 points, as you see here. And this will bump him to second over Frank by 0.5 points. So I said split them into tiers. S tier, elite performers, 19 points and above. Jordan just has so much points over everyone else. He's like 2 to 3 times as much as everyone else. So Jordan's at So we have Jordan, Hunter, Frank, and Devin. They're all here. A tier, strong competitors, 16 to 18 points. Corey, Leroy, and Zach are all in this tier. B tier, mid-level players, 5 to 15 points. We have Nelson, Johnny, and Tony. And I'm shocked Johnny's in between the two of them. C tier, lower impact, below 0 points. So we have Destin, Dario, Preston, Ryan, and Thomas. Let me know if you want me to provide a detailed reasoning for each tier or suggest names for the tiers. Yes, please. So S tier, the legends, elite performers. So this includes Jordan Wisely, Hunter Byfield, Frank Sweeney, and Devon Walker. These men are the cream of the crop with multiple wins, strong longevity, and consistently deep runs. Jordan's dominance is clear with 5 wins, including solo/pairs and teams, the highest finals count, and a stellar elimination record. Hunter, Frank, and Devon also have key wins and impressive finals appearances. Hunter's pair win and consistent near final runs put him high. Their ability to win across different formats and maintain strong elimination records shows both skill and resilience. A tier, the contenders, strong competitors. Corey Wharton, Leroy Garrett, Zach Nichols. These guys are frequent finalists and strong performers, but haven't quite reached the multiple win level of S tier. Corey and Leroy have numerous finals and solid elimination records, showing consistent competitiveness. Zach's wins came mostly in team settings, which is slightly discounted, but his multiple finals and solid performance keeps him competitive. This tier signals players who can regularly challenge for the top spot and occasionally break through for a big win. B tier, the challengers, mid-level players. So this has Nelson Thomas, Johnny Riley, and Tony Raines. These players have shown flashes of strong play, but have fewer finals wins or overall impact compared to top tiers. Nelson's multiple finals and longevity keep him afloat, but no win lowers his ranking. Johnny and Tony have respectable elimination records, but lack of finals consistency or wins push higher. This group is solid, capable of making waves, but not yet proven as true contenders. C tier, they're journeymen, lower impact players. So this has Dustin Zito, Daria Medrano, Preston Robertson Charles, Ryan Knight, and Thomas Buell. These competitors have struggled with early eliminations, fewer finals, and no wins. Multiple early boots and negative elimination differentials penalize their overall impact. While they may have moments of competitiveness, their overall challenge legacy in Era 3, my bad, is limited. These players might be good supporting cast or future sleepers, but haven't yet made a major mark. Hunter and Frank only have 1 win and they lack longevity. Okay. Good point. Hunter and Frank both have 1 win each and fewer seasons/finals than some others. Their lack of longevity means their high tier placement should be reconsidered despite those wins. How to adjust for that? We can introduce a longevity/consistency penalty or win, for example. For a player with fewer than 5 seasons or fewer than 4 finals, reduce their overall points by 10 to 15%, or move them down a tier to better reflect impact over time. Here's the specifics. Frank, he has 1 team win, 3 finals, elimination record is 3 to 0, fewer seasons/finals overall. Hunter, he has 1 pair win, 2 finals, elimination record at 4 to 2, and also fewer seasons at finals. Revised tier placement with longevity in mind. Jordan and Devin stay solidly in S tier for multiple wins and longevity. Frank and Hunter move down to A tier, reflecting solid peak performance but less sustained dominance. The rest shift accordingly. So pretty much it moves the two of them down to A tier, with Jordan and Devin being the only A tier. Devin also has 1 win, so he doesn't have multiple wins. Ah, yes, you're right. Devin has 1 win and Ride or Dice, not multiple. Thanks for catching that. Let me clarify the win counts for key players here from Era 3. Jordan, 5 win, multiple. Devin, 1 win. Hunter, 1 win. Frank, 1 win. Zach, 1 team win. Corey, Leroy, no individual wins, but multiple finals. So here's the revised list. S tier, Jordan Wisely. The Legends, multiple wins and longevity. 5 wins, top finals count, best elimination record. A tier. The Winners Club, 1 win and solid longevity. Devon Walker, 1 win, good finals, and elimination record. Hunter Barfield, 1 win, fewer seasons, but strong finals and elimination record. Frank Sweeney, 1 win, fewer seasons, but undefeated elimination record. B tier, the contenders, no wins, but strong finals and consistency. Corey Wharton, Many finals, solid elimination record. Yuri Garrett, many finals, consistent performance. Zach Nichols, one team win, many finals. C tier, the challengers. Mid-level impact without wins. Nelson Thomas, Johnny Riley, Tony Raines. D tier, the journeyman. Early boots, few finals, no wins. Destin Zito, Dario Medrano, Preston Robinson Charles, Ryan Knight, and Thomas Puo. I asked, can we debate Nelson, Johnny, and Tony? Absolutely. Let's debate Nelson Thomas, Johnny Riley, and Tony Raines, focusing strictly on the performance metrics from Era 3, seasons 21 to 30. Nelson Thomas, he has 2 finals in Invasion of Spice and Allies, 2 near misses in Vendettas and Dawn Madness, 0 wins. Noted to be competitive, no heavy negatives when it comes to his elimination record. He has 1 early boot in World Championship. He has a solid presence across multiple seasons. His playstyle is strategic and athletic, often making deep runs, though falling short of a win. I would say strategic, but whatever. Johnny Riley. 0. Okay, that's incorrect. He's been to 1 final. Incorrect in general. Incorrect. He does have a 3-2 elimination record. He does have an early boot in RLC. So why does these show up for that? Longevity. Moderate. Appeared in at least 3 seasons. Playstyle. Often survives elimination 12, but less frequent in finals. Tony Raines. 1 final in Vendettas, 2 near misses in Dirty 30, and Final Reckoning. Elimination record slightly neutral or negative. Sorry, slightly negative or neutral. He has 2 early boots in Battle of the Eras and All Stars 4. He has a decent number of seasons but inconsistent deep runs. His playstyle has a strong physical ability but less consistent in avoiding early eliminations. Okay, debate summary. Nelson stands out for multiple finals and near misses, showing he can consistently compete at the top level even without a win. He's more consistent deep in the game and is prone to early elimination compared to Tony. Johnny has a solid elimination record but hasn't cracked many finals. More of a survivor but not as much of a finalist or near finalist. Tony has 1 final but also multiple early boots and some near misses, showing flashes but with more volatility. My take. Nelson edged out both Johnny and Tony because of his better finals frequency and consistency at the endgame even without a win. Johnny's elimination record is respectable but he lacks finals impact. Tony's volatility and early boots hold him back despite a finals appearance. I agree with Nelson. Is Johnny's lack of longevity more of a hindrance or 27 inconsistencies more of a hindrance? Great question. Let's weigh Johnny's lack of longevity against Tony's inconsistencies to see which hinders their standing more. Johnny's lack of longevity. Fewer seasons means fewer chances to build a larger legacy or rack up finals and wins. His positive elimination record, 3-2 and near miss, shows it's a finals appearance. Shows he has skill but limited appearance cap his overall impact. Less time in the show makes it harder to prove consistency or resilience over many seasons. Tony's several inconsistencies. Multiple early boots, 2 early eliminations, and show vulnerability to quick exits. Although he has a finals appearance and near miss, his inconsistent performance means he rarely strings together strong deep runs. More seasons but less ability to capitalize on them fully lowers his average impact. Which is a bigger hindrance. Johnny's limited longevity restricts his total output and legacy potential. If he had more seasons, he might have built on his solid elimination record and near misses. Tony's inconsistency means, despite more opportunities, he hasn't consistently made the most of them, lowering his overall effectiveness. Verdict. Tony's inconsistency is a bigger hindrance because he had the chance to build a legacy but didn't consistently perform well enough to capitalize on it. Johnny, while limited in seasons, made the most of what he had, showing steadier performance per seasons. I corrected a fact. Johnny doesn't have any miss. He made the final of free agents. Thanks for clarifying. Since Johnny Riley made the final of free agents, that's a full final appearance, not just any miss, which actually strengthens his performance profile. So I'm gonna go over this pretty quickly. I'm just gonna go over the notes. Nelson, consistent deep runs but no wins. Johnny, made at least 1 final solid elimination record. Tony, inconsistent deep runs, some early boots. Impact of this update. Johnny now has at least 1 final, which puts him closer to Tony's level in terms of deep runs. Combined with a solid elimination record and fewer early boots than Tony, Johnny's case for ranking above Tony strengthens. Nelson still edges both out due to multiple finals and near misses, despite no wins. Ranking impact among the 3. Nelson, Most consistent, deep contender, multiple finals, and near miss. Johnny, single final, solid elimination record, less early boots than Tony. Then Tony, single final, but more early boots and inconsistency. Would you like me to revise the tier placements or points reflecting this? Yes, please. Oh, I think I only did those three, but I wanted all of them. They're both still in B tier. Nelson, two finals, two near misses, solid longevity, minimal early boots, most consistent deep runs without a win. Then Johnny, one final and free agent, good elimination record, moderate longevity, fewer early boots than Tony. Then Tony, one final in vendettas, two near misses, more early boots, inconsistent deep runs. Okay, so here's where they update the tier list. Okay. S tier, the legends, multiple wins and longevity. Jordan Wisely, 5 wins, including solo, pair, and teams, 7 finals total, highest amongst Era 3. Strongest elimination record, 12-6. Consistent deep runs and dominance over multiple seasons. A tier, the Winners Club, 1 win and solid longevity. Devin Walker, 1 win in Red or Dice, 3 finals appearances, positive elimination record, 6-4. Consistent competitor with a major win. Hunter Barfield, 1 win, final reckoning as a pair, 2 finals appearances, positive elimination record, 4-2. Strong but shorter tenure than top tier. I don't know where that young came from. Frank Sweeney, 1 win, team battle of the season 2012, 3 finals appearances, undefeated elimination record, 3-0. Small sample size but high efficiency. B tier, the contenders, no wins but strong finals and consistency. Corey Wharton, multiple finals in Bloodlines, Invasion, Total Madness, Double Agents, and USA 2. Good elimination record, 8-4. Consistent, strong competitor. Leroy Garrett, multiple finals in Rivals, Battle of the Exes 2, Vendettas, War of the Worlds 2, Double Agents, and All Stars 4. Consistent presence and good performance. Zach Nichols, 1 team win in Battle of the Seasons 2012. Multiple finals in Seasons 2012, Free Agent, Vendettas, and World of the Worlds 2. Mixed elimination record, 45 but strong competitor. B tier, the challengers, solid mid-level impact without wins. Nelson Thomas, 2 finals, Invasion, Spice Less and Allies, 2 near misses, Vendettas, Total Madness, positive elimination record, solid longevity, most consistent deep runs among winless players. Johnny Riley, 1 final, Free Agents, positive elimination record, 3-2, moderate longevity, and fewer early boots than Tony. Tony Reigns, 1 final, Vendettas, 2 near misses, 30-30, and final reckoning. More early boots and inconsistency hold him back. C tier, the Journeyman, limited impact, early boots, few finals. Dustin Zito, Dario Madrana, Preston Robertson Charles, Brian Knight, Thomas Boyle. Limited finals appearances, negative or neutral elimination records. Several early boots, lower impact in Era 3. So I said, can we debate Devin, Hunter, Frank, Corey, UI, and Zach's placements? And they said, yes. So, looking at the data here, Devin, Hunter, Frank, Zach have 1 win. Corey and UI have none. Corey has 5. Sorry, UA has the most finals in 6. Corey has 5 finals. Zach has 4 finals. Devin and Frank then have 3 finals, and then Hunter has 2 finals. I don't know why it doesn't have his elimination record here, but pretty much all of them but Hunter and Frank have a solid longevity. Devin, 1 solo win, consistent finals, positive elimination record. Hunter, 1 pair win, fewer finals but strong elimination record. Frank, 1 team win, undefeated elimination record, fewer seasons. Corey, no wins, multiple finals, strong elimination record. Leroy, no wins, many finals, consistent, deep runs. Zach, 1 team win, multiple finals, slightly negative elimination record. Okay. Wins. Devin, Hunter, and Frank each have a win, while Devin and Hunter's wins were more traditional, solo/pairs. Frank and Zach's wins come from a team of 4, which is often considered less individually prestigious. Corey and Yue have no wins, but many finals from consistent deep runs without sealing the year. Finals, Corey and Yue lead in finals without wins, showing sustained competitive level. Devin, Frank, Hunter, and Zach follow. Frank's undefeated elimination record boosts his value despite fewer finals. Elimination record. Frank's perfect seed is 0 stands out, though small sample size. Devin and Corey also have positive records. Zach's 45 slightly negative, impacting his standing despite multiple finals. Hunter has a positive elimination record, 42, but fewer appearances. Corey and Liu have the best longevity amongst these six. Devin is solid. Frank and Hunter have fewer seasons but have made big impacts in those limited runs. Zach has solid longevity but mixed elimination results. Discussion questions. How much weight should team wins, i.e. Frank and Zach, carry compared to solo/pair wins, i.e. Devin and Hunter? Does Corey and Liu's multiple finals with no wins outweigh Devin and Hunter's single wins? How important is elimination record compared to finals appearances? Should Frank's perfect elimination record compensate for fewer seasons and team win? Listen, let's get into each discussion question. 1. How much weight should team wins carry compared to solo pair wins? Considerations. Team wins usually involve more players sharing the victory, so individual contributions is somewhat diluted. Solo or pair wins are generally harder, requiring more direct performance and teamwork with fewer people. The challenge community often values solo/pair wins higher than team wins. However, team wins still count as a win and demonstrate competitive ability with team context. My take, so this is ChatGPT's take. Team wins should count but less than solo/pair wins, maybe around half the weight. So Frank and Zach get credit, but it shouldn't elevate them above those with solo/pair wins. Among David and Hunter, their wins, especially Hunter's pair win, carry more weight. 2. Does Corey and Leroy's multiple finals with no wins outweigh Devin's and Hunter's single wins? Considerations. Multiple finals show consistent high-level performance and ability to go deep repeatedly. Winning once proves you can seal the deal under pressure, a different kind of achievement. Finals without a win may indicate near elite level, but lacking the final clutch or luck. Wins often carry more weight in rankings, but sustained finals runs show longevity and skill. My take. It depends on the emphasis. Evaluating peak achievement wins trump multiple finals. Evaluating consistent, excellence, and longevity, multiple finals are more valuable. I'd weigh them fairly closely, but slightly fairer wins as the ultimate proof of skill. How important is elimination record compared to final appearances? Considerations. Elimination record shows resilience and skill in direct, high-pressure 1v1 or team elimination battles. Finals appearances show overall season success and ability to navigate all challenges. A strong elimination record but no finals might show skill but limited overall success. Many finals with a poor elimination record might suggest lucky draw or weaker opponents. My take. Finals appearances show broader success and endurance across the season, so slightly more important. But elimination record is key for judging individual fight or flight skill and toughness. Both together give full picture. A positive elimination record is essential to complement finals. Should Frank's perfect elimination record compensate for fewer seasons and a team win? I'm just gonna drink this. Considerations. A perfect elimination record, 3-0, is impressive, but on a small sample size. Fewer seasons means less opportunity to demonstrate sustained success. A team win is less individually prestigious. Frank's impact is more quality over quantity. Very strong but limited data. My take. Frank's perfect record should boost him above some others with more seasons but weaker elimination records. But it shouldn't place him at the very top tier because of limited data and team-based win. He deserves a solid A or high B tier spot based on efficiency and impact in limited runs. How do you feel about these takes? Should we adjust the way things or move on to integrate these insights into ranking adjustments? I said yes. Okay. So I'm just going to go to the revised tier rankings. So A tier, high performers, one win or elite finals consistency. So Devin Walker holds on top of A tier due to solo style win and consistent near top finishes. Corey Wharton. High level consistency outweighs lack of win, narrowly edges others out due to volume. Hunter Barfield. Win is legit, but shorter resume keeps him behind Devin and Corey. Yuri Garrett. Similar to Corey, but just a slight edge behind due to elimination records and early boots. B tier, Frank Sweeney. Elite performance in few appearances, but not enough volume for A tier. Zach Nichols. Win value and finals help, but elimination struggles drop him to B. Final adjustments, ordering within tiers. Devin, win, strong finals to elimination record. Corey, 0 wins but 5 finals, 8 to 4 elimination. Hunter, win, strong elimination, less longevity. Viewing, 0 wins, 6 finals, average elimination record. B tier, in order. 5, Frank, elite short run, perfect elimination, team win. 6, Zach, team win, 4 finals, negative elimination record. Would you like to integrate these into a fall ranking list? Yes. Here's the update. S tier is Jordan Wisely. He's top tier in every single category. And S tier is elite performers. A tier, high achievers. Number second is Devin Walker. Good longevity, solo style win. At third is Corey Wharton. Strong finals count plus elimination record. At fourth is Hunter Barfield. Shorter resume but solid success. At fifth is Leroy Garrett. Long consistent career with many deep runs. B tier, strong contenders with gaps. At 6 is Frank Sweeney, short career but efficient and elite in limited time. At 7 is Zach Nichols, slightly underwhelming elimination record hurts. C tier, mid tier competitors. At 8 is Nelson Thomas, very active, respectable competitor. At 9 is Tony Waynes, inconsistent but reached deep stage multiple times. At 10th is Johnny Riley, so I put him back in last when it comes to those two. Shorter tenure than Tony or Nelson. D tier, low impact, lower volume. At 11th is Dustin Zito. Career faded quickly. At 12th is Dario Madrano. No finals, poor elimination record. At 13th is Ryan Knight. No finals, no strong elimination success. 14th, Thomas Buell. One of the least impactful. At 15th is Preston Robertson Charles. Early exits and poor elimination performance. I mentioned Devin won a pair season. And due to this, his wins definitely ranks higher than Frank's and Zach's team of 4 wins. Hunter's wins actually pairs well. It's comparable to Devin's win in terms of format. So both Devin and Hunter have wins that should be valued similarly, above team wins but below hypothetical solo win. I don't think I questioned Hunter's win yet. I'm probably going to do that after I get to the bottom. So confirmed adjustments for the A tier. Devin ranked just below Jordan, clearly above team win ranking. Team win only players. Third, Hunter Barfield, slightly shorter tenure, but comparable win value to Devin. I said, sure, Devin at number 2 is just weird. Can you justify his spot? Absolutely. I can break down why Devin is ranked number 2 in this list right after Jordan, despite having only 1 win in a pair season. Here's the reasoning behind purely on performance metrics and context. Why Devin is ranked number 2. 1. Win value per format. Devin's win on Ride or Dice was a pair competition, which is a very challenging format because it requires strong individual skills plus a highly compatible cooperative teammate dynamic. This is more impressive than a team of 4 win like Frank's or Zach's because fewer people dilute the effort. The individual impact is larger and mistakes are more costly. A pair win strongly suggests that Devin was one of the 2 dominant competitors of that season. 2. Finals consistency. Devin has 3 finals appearances. Rivals 3, Spice Nights and Allies, and Ride or Dice. My bad. Compared to other winners with only 1 or 2 finals, this shows repeated ability to go deep in seasons, not a one-hit wonder. 3. Positive elimination record, 64. Devin has a solid above 0.5 elimination record, showing he survives challenges and eliminations consistently well. This supports that Devin isn't just lucky, he has the skill to win multiple elimination rounds. Number 4. Longevity and overall performance. Devin's multiple seasons with deep run indicate solid longevity and adaptability to different formats. Players with similar or even more finals but worse elimination records show with worse elimination records or no wins often rank lower. Number 5. Comparison to other A-tier players. Compared to Corey, 0 wins, 5 finals. Corey has more finals but no wins, so Devin's win carries more weight. Compared to Hunter, 1 pair win but fewer finals. Devin has more consistent final success. Compared to Leroy, 0 wins but 6 finals. Leroy has great consistency but lack of win and some early boot reduce his rank below Devin. Compared to Frank and Zach, team of 4 wins. Devin's pair win is considered stronger. Summary. Devin's combination of a hard-to-win pair format victory, solid finals frequency, and positive elimination record and consistency makes him one of the more deserving candidates for number 2 behind Jordan, who is a clear dominant multi-win competitor. So I said, give me a final list. S tier elite performers, it's only Jordan. A tier top competitor, has Devin, Corey, Hunter, and Leroy in that order. B tier, strong contenders. Frank and Zach in that order. C tier, Nelson, Tony, and Johnny in that order. D tier, Dustin, Dario, Ryan, Thomas, and Preston. So I said I want to do a point system. So pretty much Jordan's at the top at 48. Actually, no, it didn't even adjust it. So here's some of the data. Hold on, let me see. Okay, ranked by points. Jordan's at the top at 48. Then Corey, shockingly. Then Leroy at 20. Corey's at 23. At 4th at Hunter at 19. Then 5th at Devin at 18. At 6th is Zach at 16. At 7th is Frank with 14. At 8th is Nelson with 12. At 9th is Tony with 6. At 10th, the 10th to 12th is a tie with Johnny, Dario, and Ryan. At 13th is Preston with 3. At 14th is Dustin at 1. At 15th is Thomas at -1. So I say break that down in tiers. S tier, elite performers. Jordan, so only one here. Clear dominant, competitor with multiple wins, finals, and strong elimination record. A tier, top contenders. Corey, Leroy, Hunter, Devin, Zach, and Frank. These competitors have strong final presence, at least one win or solid elimination records with relatively few early boots. B tier, solid competitors. Nelson and Tony, competitive but lack wins and have some early boots or fewer final appearances. C tier, C tier, lower impact. Johnny, Dario, Ryan are tied, with Preston being right below and Dustin's below that. Limited finals, wins, or longevity with some early boots. For B tier, competitive but lack wins and have some early boots or final appearances. A tier, these competitors have strong finals presence, at least one win or solid elimination records with relatively few early boots. D tier, very limited success and early exits. So I have to mention this. Hunter does have one win, but that win came from him and Ashley entering final reckoning mid-season. Did you consider this? So here's what it says. Excellent point. And yes, that context reading matters when evaluating the weight of Hunter's win on final reckoning. Let's walk through what that means and whether his ranking, currently 4 overall and A tier, should be adjusted. The context of Hunter's win. Entry twist. Hunter and Ashley entered final reckoning mid-season as mercenaries after several teams had already been eliminated. Fewer challenges and eliminations. They participated in fewer missions and eliminations than others who were there from day one. Did win a brutal final. To their credit, they did beat the other finalist teams in a very grueling final. Controversial ending. Ashley kept the full $1 million prize and gave Hunter 0, which sparked debate, but does not affect whether it was a legit win on paper. How this affects the point-based ranking. Hunter earned 8 points for a pair win, 3 points for a non-win final, 4 points for eliminations, 4 points for near misses with an overall. Sorry, if we discount the win slightly due to the mid-season entry, we might reduce its weight from 8 to 6 points, acknowledging that it was earned under different conditions than Devin's or Jordan's wins. Adjusted total. So instead of 8, it's now 6. Adjust 6 points for the adjusted win, 3 points for the final, 4 points for the eliminations, 4 points for the nearly misses, having 17 points. New rank, tied with or slightly behind Devin at 18 points, possibly tied with Zach 16 points or Frank 14 points. Tier implication. Even with adjustment, Hunter still comfortably belongs in A tier due to good elimination record and multiple deep runs, but he may drop slightly in the internal A tier order, probably now below Devin, maybe even tied with Zach. So the final A tier order after adjustment. Corey, he's at number 2, then Lewis at number 3, then Devin's at number 4, then 5 is at Hunter, then 6 is Zach, then 7th is Frank. Sure, let's just see what it'll look like. Oh, so this is the order. Okay. Jordan's At number 1, then Corey, then Leroy, then Darren, then Hunter, then Zach, then Frank, then Nelson, then Tony, then Johnny, or Johnny's tied with Dario, Ryan, then Preston, then Dustin, then Tom. Miss. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all of this. I just hold on. Jordan, 5 wins, 7 finals, elite elimination record, longevity, consistently near the top. They adjusted Hunter's win. Zach, team win plus team wins plus finals. His elimination record hurts. Frank, perfect elimination record, short run, team win. Nelson, multiple near misses, finals but no win. Tony, 1 final, 2 near misses, inconsistent. Johnny Wen, 1 final, positive elimination record. Dario, no finals, near miss. Ryan, excuse me, I feel that was a delayed burp. No finals, near miss, minimal impact. Preston, near miss and 1 elimination run. Dustin Zito, 1 point. Early exit strike down, otherwise decent start. And then Thomas, no finals, 1-1 elimination, early boot. Can we debate the C tier players not in the point system? It is weird for Dustin to be higher than them despite his early boots. This is most likely the last thing we debate and talk about. Absolutely, and you're right to raise this. Let's debate the D tier players, bottom 5, based on their qualitative performances, not just points. Players to compare: Dustin Zito, Johnny Riley, he was in C tier, I believe, Dario Medrano, Ryan Knight, Preston Robertson Charles, and Thomas Buell. Dustin Zito. 1 final of the season 2012. 2-2 elimination record, 2 early boots and free agents and exits 2, paired with high-performing team, Trishelle, Alton, and Annie, but helped get to the final. Case for hire, finalist with a neutral elimination record. Case against, his career plummeted after 1 season. 2 fast exits in a row. I'll mention this. He did make it to the final with Trishelle as the only other person on their team. Johnny Riley, 1 final, free agents, 3-2 elimination record, early beat on Rivals 3, strong on free agents, made the final, beat Zach. Johnny never went into elimination on Rivals, on free agents, but I doubt that makes a difference. Case for hire. His free agent run was arguably more impressive than Dustin's season 2012 finals performance, which was a team effort. Case against. Very short career. Rivals 3 was an afterthought. Dario Medrano. 0 finals, 2-4 elimination record, near miss on Rivals 3. Poor performance in eliminations. Case for hire. At least flirted with a final. Decent presence on multiple seasons. Case against. Weak elimination record, no strong season run. Ryan Knight. 0 finals, likely 2 elimination wins on Rivals 2. I think they won 1 elimination. Yeah, I'll write this. Brian won 1 elimination on Rivals 2. Near miss on Rivals 2 competed in 3 seasons. Case for hire. Near finals on Rivals 2, decent social player. Case against. No standout performances, never elite in comps. Preston Robertson Charles. 0 finals, 1-3 elimination record, near miss on Rivals 2. Struggled in dailies, relied heavily on West's protection. Oh, yes, that is true. Because West wanted them around for an easy layup elimination boot. Kind of like how they use Josh now. But yes, West did want to protect them for that reason, and it worked as they were booted right before the final. So that's correct. So, case for hire, reached the last few rounds, and Rivals 2, case against weak physical competitor, very little influence on outcomes. Thomas Bua, 0 finals, 1-1 elimination record, argued in ecstasy. Case for hire, wasn't terrible in its limited time. Case against incredibly small sample size, no standout stats. I should mention, Thomas has never made it to the end game of a season. So how does that affect things? I should say affect, my bad. With the A. Final D tier, performance based, not just points. Higher end, still below C tier. Johnny Riley, best finalist of the group, actually beat people in eliminations. Dustin Tito, finalist, neutral elimination record, cratered, and Mr. Damn. 3. Ryan Knight, near finalist, had elimination wins, decent longevity. Lower end, Daria Medrano, no finals, but elimination record, but multiple seasons. 5th, Preston, near miss helps, but very weak overall. 6th, Thomas Boyle, no finals, but short. Tenure, nothing more. Ryan, and Preston have the same stats, but you have Ryan 2 spots higher. Suggested tier order: Johnny Riley, Destin Zito, Ryan Knight, Dario Medrano, Preston Robson Charles, and Thomas Wall. Excellent pushback. Let's refine this debate with these clarifications. You've raised key distinctions that should absolutely affect how we evaluate the lowest tier. Let's address your points and refine the order. Destin Zito. So it mentions that the final was just Dustin and Shaw as the other two left, so he did help carry the final evaluation. A legit finalist under pressure with a decent elimination record clearly deserves to be above other DT players. Johnny Riley. Never signed elimination that season suggested he was trusted, socially safe, but never tested under pressure. Evaluation. Great single season pick, but Dustin arguably had to do more to make his final. Johnny was untested in eliminations. Ryan Knight. Mid-tier placement, 1 win, no finals, decent showing but didn't break through. Press up Charles. Evaluation. Same exact results as Ryan, but perceived as weaker due to physicality and gameplay. You're right, they should be neck and neck. Daria Madrana. Evaluation. Did not go deep in any season. Yeah, but you say he has a near miss in Rivals 3. Poor elimination performance, only near final once. Okay, so that was the deep. That was well. Decent impactful. No endgame, no momentum, shortest challenge career. Adjusted final D tier. Dustin Tito, finalist with minimal support, solid elimination record better than any other D tier player. Johnny Riley, strong free agent season but untested eliminations and short career. 3. Ryan Knight, near miss, 1 win made endgame 1, slight edge due to visibility. Preston Robson Charles, identical stat line to Ryan, placement is below, is more perception than performance, could be tied. 5th, Dario Madrano, weak elimination record, no finals, 1 year miss. 6th, Thomas Boyle, never reached the deep end of a season, no major impact. Summary key adjustments. Dustin clearly above others in D tier as the context of carrying the final with Trishelle. Preston and Ryan should be ranked even or back-to-back. Your point stands. Johnny slightly behind Dustin due to no elimination exposure. Thomas definitively last for no endgame presence. Johnny has been in the C tier and the D tier throughout this conversation. Let's get into it, and then we can debate the C tiers. Because we need to clear this up. Great catch, and you're right. Johnny Riley has been hovering between C tier and D tier, which deserves a thorough breakdown to determine where he truly belongs. Johnny Riley, borderline C to D tier breakdown. What he has going for him. Finalists are free agents, which was a solo format, so making that final is significantly more impressive than making a team final like Dustin. 3-2 elimination record, which includes being tough. Competitors like, I don't think he beat Isaac, and I think he and Avery lost to Naya. Whew. Okay. Whatever, we're not going to focus on that part. Let's just focus on the 3-2 elimination record. Solid daily performance and free agents, often upper mid. Beat Zach in a head-to-head daily comp, a rare feat. That is true. Only early boost was in Rivals 3, where he was partnered with Jessica, not a competitive partner. Limitations, short tenure, only 2 seasons. Johnny did 2 seasons. Did 3 seasons. He wouldn't be on the list if he only did 2 seasons. Battle of the Exes 2. is the season you forgot about. No wins, and his final appearance was a non-factor in the final rankings. Was never brought back despite a solid run, suggests he didn't make a lasting impact. No one misses beyond free agents. Untested socially, never entered elimination of free agents. Compare this to Dustin. Dustin made a final two but on a team format and had to survive eliminations in multiple seasons. However, Dustin also flamed out fast on his next two seasons. Johnny's free agents final is likely more prestigious, but Dustin has a longer record and a better elimination record. Frederick, slight edge to Dustin for longevity and tested competitiveness, but close. Versus Tony. Tony's one final vendettas, two near misses, 30-30 and final reckoning, but never won anything in elimination. That elimination record is incorrect. Tony's elimination record. Do I really have to scroll up? Because I know they had his elimination record before. Hold on. Is it 4 to 5? Let me see what I said above. Because I know I had to have added it in. Is it 4 to 5? Hold on, let me look it up. I'm looking up on my phone the challenge Tony elimination record. Okay, 4 wins and 5 losses. Okay, that is correct. 4 wins, 5 losses. Okay. Let's go back down. Okay. Yes. So that 0-0 record needs to be corrected. Have more seasons and influence, but way more inconsistent. Verdict: Tony clearly above due to deeper longevity and more season impact. Versus Dario, Ryan, and Preston. Johnny has a final plus positive elimination record, which none of them have. The others only have near misses or one elimination win at best, with poor win-loss ratio. Johnny clearly above Dario, Ryan, and Preston. Final verdict: C tier or D tier? Johnny Riley should be ranked at the very bottom of the C tier. He edges out D tier for the following reasons: solo format finals, harder to achieve the most, positive elimination record, highest performing season, free agents with no major weaknesses. But he stays behind or below players like Tony or Nelson due to lack of longevity, no near misses, and an early boot in season 2. But placement recap: bottom of C tier, Johnny Riley, solo finalist, solid elimination record, short career. Top of D tier, Dustin Zito, team finalist, decent elimination record, fast decline. Ryan and Preston, near miss, minimal success. Dario, weak elimination record, no finals. Thomas, least impact. Okay. Okay. I said, we can then argue Tony, Nelson, Dustin moving into or out of D tier. Let's see what happens next. Excellent clarifications. Thank you. You're absolutely right. Johnny Riley did 3 seasons, Battle of the X's 2, free agent round 3. So he qualifies and should be judged with that in mind. And Tony's elimination record is 4 to 5, not 0 to 0. That's a big boost to his competitiveness we didn't fully credit earlier. With this corrected context, let's now debate the C tier bubble. Tony, Nelson, and Dustin. Should any of them move into or out of the C tier or shift positions within it? Candidate number 1, Tony Reigns. Strengths: 1 final in vendettas, 2 near misses in Dirty 30 and Final Reckoning. Elimination record: 4 to 5. Excuse me. More experience than most, above average number of appearances. Showed growth over his child's tenure, played a big role in shifting alliances and game outcomes like Dirty 30 and vendettas. That's true. Weaknesses: no wins, 2 reboots in Battle of the Eras and Oscars 4. Negative elimination record, often carried or partnered with strong players like Bananas and Final Reckoning. Tier verdict: strong case for staying in C tier due to impact, elimination experience, and late career performance surge. Not A to B tier quality, but clearly above D tier. Candidate number 2, Nelson Thomas. Strengths: 2 finals in Invasion and Spice and Allies, 2 near misses, Vendettas and Tournaments, at least 4 elimination wins. Physical threats, highly involved in strategy in multiple seasons. Weaknesses: no wins, early boots on World Championship, can be overtly emotional in gameplay, occasionally self-sabotaging. Very true. Theoretic. With 2 finals, multiple near misses, and solid elimination history, Nelson stays in C tier, arguably even top of C tier. He's well ahead of Dustin and Johnny in performance resume. Candidate number 3, Dustin Zito. Strength: 1 final, Battle of the Seasons 2012. 2-2 elimination record, showed decent competitiveness in team formats. Weaknesses: short career arc. 2 early boots and free agents and X2. His only final came as part of a team where Trisha arguably led in dailies. I don't know if that's true, but whatever. Theoretic. Dustin is on the D2C borderline, but ultimately does do enough to stay in C tier when Tony and Nelson have deeper sets. He has fewer finals than Nelson, fewer elimination appearances, and no near misses, less game impact than Tony. Final tier decision. C tier final roster revised. Nelson Thomas, 2 finals, 2 near misses, strong physical performance. Tony Reigns, 1 final, 2 near misses, 4 to 5 elimination record, late career growth. Johnny Riley, 1 solo final, 3 to 2 eliminations, short career but strong peak. D tier placement. Justin Zito, 1 team final, short peaks, early boots. Ryan Preston, Dario Thomas, no finals, weak records. Short to the former. I don't think I'm gonna read this because I'm just lazy. Okay. C tier, solid performers were inconsistent or unfulfilled potential. These men had respectable showings, made at least 1 final, or had strong elimination records, but either lacked wins, consistency, or longevity to break into the upper tiers. 1. Nelson Thomas. At least 4 elimination wins, physical and strategic threats. I don't know about strategic, but whatever. Slight knock, no wins, and 1 early boot. 2. Tony Reigns. Big role in multiple seasons game narratives, 2 early boots late in career. 3. Johnny Riley. Strong free agent season, short career, but effective in that 1 peak. D tier, limited success or short impact. These players either failed to break through despite multiple attempts or had short run with little impact. Their records fall short of consistent challenge success. 4. Dustin Zito. Flamed out early in next 2 seasons, no near misses, no wins, no lasting presence. 5. Ryan Knight. No finals, minimal strategic role. 6. Preston Charles. Weak physical competitor carried by. I don't know about that, but whatever. 7. Dario Madrano. Never made deep beyond that. 8. Thomas Buong. Least accomplished resume of the group. Okay. Should Dario be above Ryan and Preston? Re-evaluate the B tier and above. Great questions. Let's first handle whether Dario should be ranked above Ryan and Preston. Then we'll evaluate the B tier and above to ensure consistency now that the lower tiers are settled. So here's Dario's stats. 0 finals, 2 to 4 elimination record, 1 near miss in round 3, appeared on multiple seasons, no major standout performance, faded in importance. Strengths: near finals and more elimination appearances. Weakness: poor win percentage, no true breakout moments. Ryan Knight, 0 finals, 1 elimination win, rounds 2 was present, 1 near miss, rivals 2. Overall, lack of competitive presence. Strength: slightly better perception than Daria due to legacy and invisible team role. Weakness: similar overall resume with less elimination volume. Preston: 0 finals, 1 to see elimination record, 1 near miss, rivals 2, not taking seriously as a competitor. Same stats as Ryan, so that's the strength. Weakness: perceived as much weaker in challenges. Conclusion: Dario may have underperformed, but 1, he lasted longer in more seasons. 2, 1 more eliminations. 3, has a higher peak. Rounds 3, near miss, above anything Ryan or Preston did after rounds 2. Yes, Dario should move above Ryan and Preston. Adjusted D tier, bottom tier. 1, Dustin Zito, team finalist, decent elimination record, early flameout. 2, Dario Madrano, near miss, more elimination experience, weak record. 3, Ryan Knight, 1 elimination win, near miss, low challenge impact. 4, Preston, same stats as Ryan, worse perception and challenge ability. 5, Thomas Buell, no endgame, least accomplished. Now, reevaluating B tier and above. Those are just the stats. I'm not going to look into it. S tier, elite performers. Jordan, unquestionably dominant. A tier, top contenders. All have strong resumes but differences emerge. 2, Corey. 5 finals, good elimination record. 3, Luray. 6 finals, many near misses, weak elimination sets. No wins. 4, Devin. 1 win, 3 finals, solid elimination record. 5, Hunter. 1 win, asterisk, good record, less longevity. 6, Zach. 1 win, team of 4, 4 finals, negative elimination record. 7, Frank. 1 win, team of 4, 3 finals, undefeated elimination, short career. Debate order. UA above Corey, we don't know. Devin above Zach, we don't know. Frank above Hunter, we don't know. But based on all around weight, updated A tier. Corey set number 2, UA set number 3, Devin set number 4, Hunter set number 5, win discounted slightly. 6 set number 6, negative elimination record and early boot. 7th is Frank, short career but efficient. B tier is pretty solid. Respectable but flawed or incomplete. Nelson, 2 finals, 2 near misses, no win. Tony, 1 final, 2 near misses, 4 5 elimination record. Johnny Riley, 1 solo final, 3-2 elimination, short career. Based on everything we discussed in this conversation, give me an updated tier ranking of the Era 3 men. I said Era 2 earlier, but that's a mistake. I'm not reading all this, I'm just going to scroll. At number 1, I'm pretty sure this is the final list because this is going on an hour and a half now. S tier, all-time elite. Number 1, Jordan Wisely. Most decorated of his era, with wins across different formats and eras, strong in eliminations and dailies, 0 early exits. A tier, top contenders with deep resumes. 2, Corey Wharton. No wins, but strong longevity, multiple deep runs, and consistently dangerous in eliminations. 3, Uri Garrett. Strong legacy without a win, high tier finals performer with lots of late stage exits. 4, Devin Walker. Strategic, solid in eliminations, but now has a win. Slight longevity knock, but no major flops. 5, Hunter Barfield. Win is asterisk due to mid-season entry. Good competitor, but short run. 6, Zach Nichols. Team win isn't as strong as pair/solo. Makes record in eliminations, strong peak era. 7th, Frank Sweeney. Undefeated in eliminations, but very short career. Efficient, but lacked longevity. B tier. Solid competitors with flaws. 8, Nelson Thomas. Short, chance presence, reliable, but never reached the top. 9th, Tony Wings. Inconsistent start, stronger finish. Never won, but contributed to major alliances. 10, Johnny Riley. Short career, but strong free agent run. Slightly outclassed by others in longevity. C tier, limited presence or impact. 11th, Dustin Zito. Decent team run, but poor follow-up. Lacked long-term presence. 12, Dario Madrano. Never made a final, weak record, but got close once. 13, Ryan Knight. No deep runs, no finals. Preston Robson Charles at 14th. Low threat level, no breakout performance. At 15th is Thomas Wall. Never made the end any season. Least impactful resume. So here is the list. Can you do a final tier list using a point system? Yeah, this is going to be the last thing that we do here. Okay, here's the scoring system. As you see, solo pair team win rank higher. 4+ team wins like lower than final appearances and near miss, blah 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 blah. Player breakdown. Jordan has the overall points at 57. Then you see the rationale here. Corey and Leroy are tied actually. Both have a score of 19. You see the rationales with both of them here. You can look at it there. Devin has the score of 17, and Hunter has the score of 15. Hunter and Zach are tied, actually, both having a score of 15. Frank technically is higher than both with a score of 17. Nelson has a score of an 11. Tony has a score of a 2. Interesting! Johnny has a higher score than Tony with a score of 3. Dustin has a score of 1. Daria has a score of -1. Ryan has a score of 2. Preston has a score of -1. Ryan has the same elimination record as Preston. We'll see see you later. Times the square of -1. So Jordan's at the top, then Corey and Leroy, then Devin, then Frank are tied here. Then Hunter and Zach are tied. Then Nelson, then Johnny, then Ryan and Tony. Once I correct that, Ryan will be lower. Dustin at 1. And then Dario, Preston, and Thomas are tied at -1. That's the final one. It's not the final one. We'll correct this. So since Ryan and Preston both have the same elimination record, their points should match, pretty match. Updated Ryan calculations. He has a -1. Revised point summary. Hold on. Yes. So Jordan is in the S tier at 57. That tier represents 50 plus. A tier has 50 to 30 points. We have Corey and Leroy tied at 19th. Devin and Frank tied at 17th. Hunter and Zach are tied at 15th. B tier, 10 to 14. Nelson's the only one there. C tier is points of 1 to 9. We have Johnny at 3, Tony at 2, and Dustin at 1. D tier is -0. Negative. Ryan and Preston have and Dario, all four of them have -1. Summary: Ryan, Preston, Dario, and Thomas from the D tier bottom group, reflecting limited challenge success, early exits, and weak elimination records. Johnny, Tony, and Dustin hold the lower C tier by having modest success but lack wins or consistent deep runs. Nelson is solid B tier with finals and respectable elimination records. The A and S tiers remain unchanged. Thank you for this insightful conversation with my data included. So that's pretty much it for this one. This might be the longest one. I'm going to do the Era 3 woman, then the Era 4 men, then the Era 4 woman, and then I'm going to try to do an overall list, but that will take a while. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with